Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another very exciting episode of Guapish, Rule 34. As always, I'm being joined by the manliest boy I know, Tanner.
That's right. Yesterday I cut down a tree just so I could eat it.
And we're also being joined by Jackson. You've been working out an awful lot recently. I also heard you've been pumping your biceps full of like oil or something like that. Is that true?
Yeah, no, I just like how it feels when they slosh around, you know?
It's making you look pretty swole. I'm a big fan. We've also got Dylan here, who recently graduated from No More Tears shampoo to Maximum Tears shampoo. How's that been going for you?
It burns so bad! Ah!
And today, boys, I've brought you all together here for a special little thing, okay? So, as you know, we've been doing some Yu-Gi-Oh videos recently now, haven't we?
Fuck, dude, not another one.
We sure have.
And I do have another Yu-Gi-Oh video here planned for us today, boys. However, it's going to be a little different. So, we've been looking at, like, okay, what's, like, competitively viable in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff like that. Like, that's, you know, like, that's one side of the whole fandom, as it were. However, there's another side that we have not yet acknowledged, which is the side of Yu-Gi-Oh where it's like, man, these cards have a lot of really fucking stupid names, and I don't really have a good way of showing you guys these cards and talking about them outside of this new format, which I'm introducing to you. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm going to give you guys 4 card names, okay? 4 of them. And only one of these is fake, and it is up to you to determine which of those is the false card that I've put in here for you, okay?
Okay. Understood.
Yeah, very simple stuff, you know. You know, like, yeah, we can, like, riff and stuff as well here and there. It'll be a fun time. I think it could be a real gay old time, boys. I think this could be solid. Here's our very first set of cards here for you, boys. I'm starting off pretty easy, alright? We have Dark Magician Girl, Red Eyes Black Dragon, King Dodongo, and Gaia the Fierce Knight.
I think... Fuck. I'm gonna say Red Eyes Black Dragon is... No.
Oh, there we go.
It's between that one or Gaia.
Okay.
Would they call a knight a female name? Probably. I'm gonna say, Black Eyes Red Dragon feels too obvious to be the real one, so I'll say that's fake.
Okay. Red Eyes Black Dragon is the fake card for Tanner. Dylan, how about you, dude?
God damn it. C.
C? You're going King Dodongo?
Yes.
Alright, and Jackson, which one are you thinking?
I'll go Gaia too, I guess.
Gaia, alright. Your boys, your answers are locked in. The correct answer is, of course, C, King Dodongo. None of you got points.
What?
I thought, Dylan
Never
said
mind,
that one.
Dylan got it correct. Congratulations, Dylan.
Jesus Christ,
I thought you
man.
also went with Gaia.
No.
Jackson did say I'm also going with Gaia, even though he was the only one that
Gotcha,
went with Gaia,
okay.
so I understand why you got confused. What's the Dodongo one, then? It's just not King?
No, King Dodongo is just a boss from Ocarina of Time.
That makes sense.
We saw that Jackson posted that meme that was like a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards edited together, and one of them said
Oh,
Dodongo,
that was
didn't
fucking
it?
like Goblin Gabongo or something along those lines.
God damn
Tanner's
it.
misremembering information, oh no.
Yeah.
You fucked up the soul read.
Damn.
I was certain that one was not it,
Yeah,
too.
sorry about that, boys. Congratulations, Dylan, on 1 point. Okay, so that was a very simple round, okay? Those were like, you know, all very classic cards. Now we're gonna be getting into the weird ones. This is where shit starts getting odd. So, number 2, we've got D-Boys, Little D, Lord of D, and Great Detective Onizuka.
D-Boys, Little D, Lord of D, Great... And it's Detective,
Yes.
where it's a capital D space detective.
Yes.
Huh.
That's so unbelievably stupid, it has to be real. I'm gonna say D-Boys.
D-Boys
the
is fake.
one. Yeah.
Alright, Jackson, Dylan, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna agree with Tanner.
You're going, wait, which one?
D-Boys.
D-Boys is
D-Boys,
fake? Okay. And how about you, Jackson?
I'm going Great Detective Onizuka because I'm assuming that's just like you making up a fake version of the Great Teacher Onizuka anime.
What do you know, Jackson? You sussed out the correct
God
answer.
damn.
Yes.
Damn.
Great Detective Onizuka is fake.
I don't know anime like you guys do. This is not fair.
I'm goated. I fucking know GTO, dude. I have that on my Plex. I want to watch it at some point.
Dude, I want to watch that too.
Why does Lord of D have a period in it?
Because it is short for something.
Yeah, it's short for dragon.
Why didn't they just put that on the card?
Because they didn't want to.
I don't know.
What the fuck?
And look at fucking Little D, dude. Yo, this Tyrannosaurus Tot's got an incredible temper.
Yeah.
That says terrible temper.
Terrible
What the fuck?
temper.
This guy can't read.
I'm dyslexic, dude. Alright, so that's question
Damn.
for you. Alright, so most of these sections you have a theme. For example, that previous one was D's. Yeah. This next one I didn't have a theme for. I just thought these were all really fucking stupid names I needed to include.
Okay.
So, for our first one here, we have Didgeridon't, Gaga Sister, Number 41, Baguska the Terribly Tired Tapir, and Go Giga Gaga Gigo. Keep in mind, 3 of these are real names.
Didgeridoo. Fuck. Baguska the Terribly Tired.
Dude.
I'm locking in Didgeridon't. There's no way.
I have a feeling I know which one is the fake one, but I don't know if it's me misremembering something or not.
I was just gonna ask, this is kind of unconnected to the quiz. Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in Pokemon, where the names aren't like direct translations, they just like let English translators make up puns?
It varies wildly.
Gotcha.
Especially in early Yu-Gi-Oh! It was a lot of just like, what if this card had this name?
Gotcha.
But more recently, it has just been like as close to a translation as they can get, unless the name is like Hell King Deathman or some shit like that, where it's like, well, we can't have hell in this children's card game. We're gonna call it Dark World Deathman.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Gaga Sister is fake.
Gaga Sister?
Yeah.
Alright, how about you,
I think it's Go Giga Gaga Gigo, because I'm pretty sure that's like a quote directly out of Ghost Stories or whatever the fuck that anime's called.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember
that'd be a
hearing
crazy
that.
fucking read.
And it was, in fact, an incorrect read. No, it was Didgeridon't. Jackson got this one
I'm fucking
Damn it.
goated.
There's no way. Where the hell is this card at? Fuck, dude! That's not a bad card either, Jesus.
Yeah, Go Giga Gaga Gigo is particularly fun because he's just like a dude who like keeps getting upgraded. He's like a lizard man, and so originally his name is just Gaga Gigo. And they make a new one called Giga Gaga Gigo, and this is like the ultimate form, Go Giga Gaga
It's so
Gigo.
fucking stupid. Damn,
It's
I
very
was
silly.
so sure this was a quote out of the fucking Ghost Stories anime or whatever. It sounded so similar.
The Gaga sister looks like a fucking Toho fairy.
Fair.
Right? Yeah, another fun reason to do this is I get to show you guys all the weird-ass fucking art in this game and just how wildly different it is from one another.
Is number 41 Baguska the Terribly Tired Tapir a meta card?
Yes, actually, he's very strong.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, fun
fun.
fact, actually, this is the American version of it. The original Japanese one is Baguska the Terribly Drunk Tapir, something along those lines.
Oh.
And so instead of, like, pillows, he has, like, a bunch of big old bottles of alcohol.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
God damn you, America. Stop ruining our children.
I want to see that tapir drunk off his ass. Alright, question number 4 here for you boys. I feel like you're gonna pick up on what the theme is here rather quickly. So our first one is, A Winner Is You. Mind Hacksaws, Evil Star Twin GG or Dr. Frankenderp.
There's no
Hold on a
way.
second.
Haxers. There's no way. Evil and the Star is part of it?
Yes.
Dude, that
There's
couldn't
no
possibly.
I can't.
There's no way.
I feel like every time I have looked at the one that to me seemed the stupidest and said, well, it can't be that, so I'm going to stop using that logic because it has failed me every round. Dr. Frankenderp is the fake one.
Okay.
Jackson, what say you, good sir?
Evil Startling GG Easy sounds fucking retarded. I feel like there's no way that could be a card, but also I feel like it's so stupid that like it has to be a card.
Right?
I'm gonna go a winner is you.
Okay.
That just sounds like fucking Genji's English translated ultimate. I'm gonna say Mind Haxorus, because for some reason that makes me think of like Haxorus or whatever from Pokemon. I don't know why.
Oh, there you go. You see, unfortunately, that is in fact a leet speak sort of term that people used to use back in the day. As is more modern stuff like GG Easy, it was in fact Jackson's pick there. A winner is you.
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh, really?
Damn.
I was really expecting, honestly, for it to be Evil Star Twin GG.
Dude, what? Jackson is like secretly a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling master. There's no fucking way he's been getting all these like Yu-Gi-Oh! Things correct and not knowing anything. It's so fucking stupid.
It's dumb luck, dude. That's why I pulled Ellen on like fucking 8 pulls when I first started the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wish, dude, I wish.
Yeah, he spent so much time, worrying about localization and stuff like that. Like, he just knows exactly the kind of stupid shit that people are gonna name these dumbass cards now.
I don't know what the fuck a winner is you would even be like a card for though. It doesn't sound like anything.
Speaking of these names not making any sense whatsoever, our next batch here are Do a Barrel Roll, Is This Loss, Be Gone Knave, and Dramatic Crossroads.
I'm just gonna be the first to say, I think it's Begone Knave.
These are all like exactly what I was just fucking talking about. There's no way it's Is This Lost though. That's definitely the fucking fake one. There's no fucking way.
Well,
I don't have a grasp on how much. I mean, based on the leet speak ones that we just saw, I feel like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card makers do occasionally pay attention to what's happening in the pop culture. I'm gonna say Dramatic Crossroads. That one kind of stands out to me.
I'm actually gonna change mine to Do a Barrel Roll. There's no way they would take Star Fox's like, or not Star Fox, whatever. It's a thing from Star Fox. Okay, it's not that one.
Yeah. And yet somehow they did. Jackson got it right yet again.
This
Wait,
guy...
that's what the fucking meme's from?
Yes, that is what the meme is from. Yes, Dramatic Crossroads. So I'll give a slight stipulation here real quick. Dramatic Crossroads is actually a anime only card. It does not have any real printings yet, but yeah, this is where that image originates from.
Dude,
That's really fucking funny.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
I was gonna say, there's no fucking way Is This Lost is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That's such a modern meme. There's no way they'd make a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card based on that shit.
Dude, I was gonna agree with Jackson, but I was like, I don't want to change my answer because Jackson's been getting it right. I don't want to be that guy. I definitely should have, though, dude.
And my problem is, if I start just copying Jackson's answers now, I won't catch up, so...
God damn, dude.
Yeah, you weren't expecting Do a Barrel Roll to be one, or Jackson, rather. You weren't expecting Is This Lost to be one, but GG Easy is for some reason.
GG Easy is like a more long-standing, ubiquitous kind of phrase. Is This Lost is like a reference to some niche fucking internet meme.
Yeah.
I'm not of the pop culture, what can I say?
Well, alright, man. Time for you to check out some men cards. Here we have Elemental Hero Kite Man, Poison of the Old Man, Jerry Beans Man, and Searchlight Man.
Elemental Hero Kite Man.
Okay.
Jackson, what do you think it is?
My initial guess, I guess, is Jerry Beans Man, because it just sounds fucking stupid.
I'm actually glad you said that, because that's what I was looking at, too. Well, I was gonna say something else. I'm not gonna say that. I'm also gonna agree. I also think it's Jerry Beans Man.
Okay. Now, Jackson, are you actually going with Jerry Beans Man, though?
Nico, that seems really sus of you to say.
I don't like you saying that because you're making me fucking second guess myself.
I'm just, you didn't lock it in. Is like, okay, you did want to go with that? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Sure.
I wasn't sure. You were just like, my immediate thought was Jerry Beans Man. I wasn't sure. Tanner, dude, you finally got one of these references. It was, in fact, Elemental Hero Kite Man was the fake one.
No.
Jerry Beans Man's a special little guy. He's great. We love him.
Wait, I swear there was... Maybe I'm thinking... I know there's Elemental Heroes in the game. I thought Kite Man was one of them.
There are a lot of Elemental Heroes. That's why I threw it in there, because I thought it would psych you out.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
This is a jelly bean, so they just... They translated it and threw a Japanese accent into the
I'm sure
name.
Jelly Beans is like a fucking... it's like an actual copyrighted name or something.
Well, yeah, well...
I don't know. To me, it comes across like they're like, oh, the Japanese can't say L, so they'd say Jelly Beans.
I thought Jerry was like the name of a brand of jelly beans or something. I don't know.
Tanner, I'm gonna level with you right now, dude. I never put that together.
Am I wrong though? That seems like what it would be.
Yeah, it totally does.
Like the Japanese people, when they called up the the English manufacturing one, they were like, "Oh yes, the name of this one is Jerry Beansman." And they're like, "Huh? Jerry Beansman? Okay, Jerry Beansman."
Yeah, that's the guy, I guess.
I think Searchlight Man looks fucking
That's
sick.
literally what I was gonna say. Is Nico, please put a picture of Searchlight Man on the screen right now. He looks rad as fuck.
Right? Don't worry, I'm gonna be having pictures of all these guys. Searchlight Man is pretty fucking badass. I want them to make a fucking game of him or something.
Dude, I imagine him being like the anti-Siren Head.
Oh, like the protagonist to his story.
Like he fights Siren
I
Head.
could see that.
I could totally
I forgot
see
Siren
it.
Head existed. That shit actually kind of fucked me up for a little bit.
Yeah. Were you getting all the Siren Head creepypastas and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
pretty much.
Okay.
There's also a big era in gaming where everybody was making fucking Siren Head fan games, so... Anyway.
Alright, so as you guys know, I've been throwing in a lot of references throughout this so far, but the thing is that...
What the fuck was the reference from Kite Man?
Kite Man is a DC superhero who's like notoriously like a lame villain character.
Yeah. And so, little did you may know, Konami also loves the references in this card game. So, this next one's gonna be nothing but references, and we'll see if you can determine which one is incorrect here.
I totally forgot Yu-Gi-Oh! Is made by Konami.
Right? So, for this one, we have Soitsu, Lord British Space Fighter, Town in the Silent Hills, and Tactical Espionage Expert.
Okay. Dude, I don't know what the first one would be in reference to.
Lord British Space Fighter?
I don't know what the first... I know what the second two are in reference to.
Would they use the term British?
Would they? Well,
Does
I mean...
Yu-Gi-Oh! Take place, like, you know, in the real world with, like, actual countries? Okay.
I didn't know that.
Dude, is it... Well, I mean...
Is Silent Hills a Konami
Wait,
game?
well, no, because if you think about it, Tactical Espionage Expert, that makes me think of James Bond, and he's not Konami.
No, it's a reference to
I guess
Snake.
that's fair. Is the Metal Gear Konami?
I don't even know what the fuck Soitsu is.
I don't
What
know.
is
That I'm getting hung up on the first two, dude.
Yeah.
Soitsu is tickling my brain. I can't, like, call to mind what it is. I don't know what Lord British Space Fighter is.
Clearly that's fucking,
Metroid.
Star Fox.
No, dude, what the
Galaga.
fuck am I thinking? It's Austin Powers, clearly.
Oh, yeah.
There you
But he's
go.
not a space fighter.
He could be, though. I could see him in that role.
But he's also not Konami.
I'm gonna go Town in the Silent Hills.
Okay.
I'm with Tanner on that one, too, absolutely. I feel like just name-dropping Silent Hills is, you know...
Fuck it. Let's go 3 for 3 then. I'm willing to give it a shot.
Or all going down together at Soitsu.
You're not wanting to stand out a little bit here from the crowd, Dylan? Alright.
I'm not.
I mean, I guess if you really want to.
Yeah.
And, you know, rolling with the crowd ended up doing you a bit of a favor here this time. It was, in fact, Town in the Silent
There we
Hills.
go.
Yeah, Tactical Espionage Expert is very blatantly just Solid Snake.
Okay.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
Soitsu.
is Soitsu?
He's from Perubius, something like that. It's just like, it's like the parody game of Groody. I don't fucking know. It's some dumbass game. This card sucks. No one likes it. Oh, and by no one likes it, I mean like people fucking love this card because he's funny, but he's worthless, so no one uses him.
Yeah, what would even be the point of this card? It has no effects and 0 attack, 0 defense.
Tribute fuel.
He has incredible potential, though, Tanner.
He wonders if he has incredible potential. We don't actually know if he does.
He doesn't, unfortunately.
I'm gonna take a guess here and say Lord British Space Fighter is a Galaga reference.
No, it's just from a game called Lord British Space Fighter.
That's stupid as fuck.
Apparently, I was
Okay.
thinking too hard about the Silent Hills one. That will just fucking name drop that shit.
Yeah.
I think it's because... Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, they do have like a bunch of like Gradius monsters in it. That's what fucking Suetsu is a parody of Gradius. I remembered it finally. They do have a bunch of things where it's just like, okay, this is just blatantly that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty silly. Alrighty, next up here, I think we're some hungry boys now, ain't we? So we're gonna be talking about some food cards. First up, we got Lard Lad Donut, Hungry Burger, Potato and Chips, and Slushy.
Lard Lad Donut, Hungry Burger, Potato and Chips, Slushy. Oh my gosh. What's funny is that when you opened it up with "We're a bunch of hungry lads, we're gonna do food cards," I thought that was you saying the name of a card for a second there.
Okay. I could see it, honestly.
I thought you were just speaking of who I am right now because I'm hungry as fuck. I haven't eaten like anything in a while.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Slushy.
Slushy, okay.
I don't know. I think potato and chips is too on the nose.
I'm stuck between. I think I'm also stuck between Slushy and Lard Lad Donut.
Yeah.
The fucking Lard Lad Donut sounds like the shit from fucking The Simpsons. So I'm gonna go ahead and go that one, I guess.
Dude, excellent work, Jackson.
Fuck, dude.
Damn.
You figured it out. Yup, the rest of those bad boys are in fact real. I honestly really like Slushy's art. It looks very cute. It's like some nice watercolor sort of thing going on there.
I thought I was on to something because they spelled Slushy wrong.
Oh, it is cute. Was I right with the reference?
Yes, you were. Yes, it was in
Goddamn it,
fact
dude.
from The Simpsons.
That's fucked.
I was saying, I feel like I remember that shit from somewhere, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that.
Unfortunate.
Nico, I got a quick question.
Oh, what's up?
What percentage of Yu-Gi-Oh cards would you say actually see regular play?
1%.
There are like over 10,000 cards at this point. And like basically all of them are legal at any given time, so maybe like 2% at the very most.
Dude.
Yeah,
It's very funny.
most of these are just like pack filler bullshit that no one will ever use. Like, who's gonna use potato and chips?
I don't know. They're pretty cute.
They are very cute. I like them a lot.
Nico, when are you gonna make a video essay based around the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh is really expensive to get into?
I mean, all card games are.
Dude, I'm sure I'll do that at some point. I actually think Potato and Chips is a brand tie-in with some Japanese potato chip brand.
That looks like it would be.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you look at the artwork there, one of them big old potatoes, he's holding like a realistic bag of chips.
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
probably
that's
wouldn't
funny.
take the time to animate that, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We absolutely should do an episode where we do like card pack openings since
Yeah.
we're complete hacks.
Yeah, just why not? Let's make it for some shit that none of us play either, like Card Fight Vanguard.
Disney has a new
Whatever that is.
TCG.
That's true. They also have one.
I'd rather just do one of the popular ones so we get the SEO and maybe get something actually valuable.
Okay.
But if we do one of the more niche ones, there aren't as many of those around, so people obviously want to flock to
Could do
us.
both.
What
Let's do fucking Nolestrals, why
I
not?
don't even know what the fuck that is.
the fuck are you talking about?
Well, some things I'm sure you are familiar with are tomatoes, just like our next category,
Oh.
where we have In-mato, Squash and Stretch Tomato, Mystic Tomato, and Intercept Tomato.
Hold on. There's no way.
How many categories are there?
There are 10,
Okay.
so we're almost done.
In-mato, Squash and Stretch, Mystic Tomato, Intercept
Surely
Tomato.
Intercept Tomato is not real. Am I
Mm-hmm.
am I the only one that thinks that? Like that?
Intercept Tomato?
Well, I don't know at this point. Dude, I am so fractured by the rest of these card names that I can't eliminate it based on how stupid the name it is.
Maybe it would be best to try and metagame this a little bit and try and figure out, well, what would Nico name this card?
That's what I've been trying
to
do,
metagame. There's no rhyme or reason
Is
here.
Inmado like a fucking tomato, but like it's dressed up like a prisoner?
Potentially, that could be
Jax,
fun.
I don't know why you'd ask him that. It's not like he's not.
I'm just trying to like think of what these would actually look like on a card. Is like my strategy here.
I don't know if that's a strategy either, though, because if your imagination's good enough, you can just think of a.
I've got a cracked imagination, dude. Trust me, brother.
Yeah, so you could think of art for any of these.
I'm gonna go squash and stretch tomato as the fake one.
Okay.
Fuck, dude. It's that or intercept tomato.
I'm actually torn between squash and stretch and mystic tomato, because mystic tomato, I can't remember the fucking name of the fuckers in Kirby, but I could see them being called like a mystic tomato, because it seems like a lot of these are like references to other shit.
Wait, no, the mystic tomato I think is the thing that heals you to full health in Kirby.
It could be called some other shit though. I don't remember. It has a fucking M on it. I don't know what the fuck that M stands for.
Mystic.
Damn, do I want to change my answer?
I'm gonna say mystic tomato now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go squash and stretch, because that just sounds fucking weird. I'm just gonna assume I'm just remembering the mystic tomato thing wrong.
Okay.
I think, it might be like mega tomato or something. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with squash.
I'm gonna be really
stretch
fucking
as well.
mad if I actually read that shit right until I got it right because of my fucking game.
That was a really good guess, honestly. Unfortunately, it's actually called the maximum tomato. Squash and stretch tomato was, in fact, the one I made up. Jackson, also fantastic read. Inmado is a little prisoner tomato.
Let's fucking go. Look at that.
Yeah, that one wasn't a question in my mind. I figured that one was real.
I didn't think that intercept tomato was a football
looks like a
reference.
radish.
That's interesting.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
Yeah, that also does not. That's not what a tomato looks like. But
Inmado's face is like phasing through the bars. What's up with that?
Yeah, they want to show his face off.
Yeah. They want to make sure that you have a good look at just his absolute despair as he's sitting in there.
it reminds me of the anime Haikyuu, where they'll do that with the volleyball net, and I find it extremely distracting.
I like how he's got a fucking ball and chain when he's in a cell, man. Like, what's up with that?
They want to really make sure he doesn't
this guy's
get out.
dangerous.
This really goes to show, like, how poor, like, my insight skill is when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Considering I haven't gotten a single one of these right since the very first round, which was all cards I knew.
No, did we all get one right together?
I mean, yeah, but...
Yeah, you all got the Silent Hill one.
I think I'm the only... Oh, I guess yeah, okay, I'm at 2 points. I think Tanner's still ahead of me, though.
I don't know if I
think
am.
you might be, dude. I think you might be.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's see which of you will come out ahead here with the final category, where we're gonna really let loose, boys. We're gonna yell! Like, attack the moon! Bingo machine go! It's over! I win! And danger Bigfoot!
I didn't realize you were saying the names of the cards, so I was just like, why are we attacking the moon?
Man.
Wait, so it's over AI win?
Yes.
Oh my god. Dude, there's...
Fuck, dude.
Machine go.
Danger Bigfoot. What?
It could be fucking any of these. I'm gonna flip a four-sided coin.
Fucking say danger Bigfoot.
Okay.
I could see that. I could see Danger Bigfoot being like a fucking trap card or some shit, maybe. I don't know what the fuck it would do, but...
Nah, dude.
Your opponent gets to stomp on your deck with their big ol' feet.
I'm in between attack the moon and it's over AI win.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna flip a coin. I'm gonna say it's over AI win is fake.
I'm gonna match Tanner on that. My rationale being, I could see something with Danger Bigfoot. Bingo Machine Go absolutely sounds like some Japanese shit they'd be doing.
Yeah.
And Attack the Moon, the Japanese fucking love the moon. I could definitely see some shit being named Attack the Moon.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is over AI win would mean at all. It reminds me of like the first set, I think. Or it was the fucking weird ass name. Oh no, was it the second? Third? What fucking set? Oh yeah, a winner is you. It reminds me of that fucking thing. It's giving me similar vibes as that.
Yeah, so, you see guys, Jackson, I'm honestly shocked that you didn't recognize Bingo Machine Go, since it's an integral part of the Blue Eyes strategy.
Dude, I'm a fucking faker, man. All I do when I play Blue Eyes is I just can't play any cards because I can't summon them because all of my cards are just high-level cards.
Oh.
It's one of their most important cards in the deck. And then Attack the Moon, Dylan, is a reference to the anime, actually. And then when we come over to It's Over, I Win, you see I spelled like that is a set of cards where they're all like AI, but they pronounce it as I, things like I love you and such.
There's no fucking way it's Danger Bigfoot's the fake one.
However, It's Over, I Win was in fact the fake one. Danger Bigfoot is real.
God damn it, dude.
We're fucking
Guys,
cracked.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how I've managed to fumble every other one, and the only reason I got the town in Silent Hills or whatever is because I just agreed with you guys.
I like how they made the Bigfoot just look like the Beast Titan.
I mean,
right?
yeah.
I think that this Bigfoot looks pretty badass, though. This is my new headcanon for what Bigfoot is. He's fucking monstrous.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I knew Bingo Machine Go was a card for sure, so I eliminated that one immediately. And, I don't know, Attack the Moon sounds like something that would definitely be, like a real card. I don't know why, but...
Bingo Machine Go doesn't look anything like I expected it to look like. I thought it was going to look like a fucking
No.
bingo machine, not a Blue Eyes White Dragon thing with a bingo machine stuck on its head.
I mean, you know, that'd be a pretty sick bingo machine.
Yeah, it would.
It's like a cone. It has
It just got neutered.
Imagine
exactly.
rolling up to the fucking bingo house with that thing as your
That'd be
shuffler.
sick, dude. I'd love that.
You'd get so much granny puss, I'm telling you, it'd be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well, I don't want that.
And I'm sure you also don't want the results for this either, now do you, Dylan? Unfortunately, you did come out of here with 2 points. 2 measly little points. Tanner got 4, and how many do you guys think Jackson got? How many did he walk away with
10.
here?
Jackson got like 7
I'm
or 8.
pretty sure you got all of them.
I think he got 8.
Jackson did flub a couple of them. He got 8 points.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jackson. You are yet again shown to be the Yu-Gi-Oh! Expert.
That's fucking crazy.
This is...
What's crazy is I doubled Dylan and then you doubled me.
Oh, yeah.
What can I say? I live to have multiples of 2.
I love to be multiples of 2. I'm surprised I did that well. I was really torn on, like, all of them.
Yeah, and yet you were able to just suss him out immediately by using the power of Google.
Oh, yeah, dude.
He's just.
I was so
quick with
confident
it, dude.
going into this, dude. It got shredded after the second category.
I hate looking at this fucking Mystic Tomato. I keep looking at my screen, I just see that thing staring at me.
Yeah, he's a gross guy. That's also, like, they have a couple of different variants of his art as well. I'm not gonna fucking bother looking for it right now. It's gonna take too long.
Alright.
But yeah, there you go, guys. That was the new little Yu-Gi-Oh thing I decided to do. I hope you had fun with it. People watching this, if it seems to be a little similar to another YouTuber's thing that they've done in the past, I asked for permission already. They said it's okay if I use it. Fuck you. Anyway.
I guess this is mostly a question for Nico and maybe Dylan.
Uh-huh.
Did you guys see that Starbomb dropped a new album?
I didn't actually know. The news I got from that was you posting a topic about it.
That's very funny. Yeah, I was just, like, listening to, music one day at work, and then a Starbomb song I didn't recognize came on. I'm like, huh, I guess it's possible there's one I haven't heard before, but I pulled over and I looked at it. I'm like, oh, I don't know if they shadow dropped it or I just, didn't see an announcement or anything, but yeah, they got a new album out.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Have any of you guys listened to it?
No, I haven't. Are there any good ones that you prefer?
I'd probably need to give it another listen through. I will say, one thing that immediately stood out to me is that, the production aspect of the songs is, noticeably better.
Okay.
Like, the instrumentation and the mixing and stuff. I'm like, wow, they seem to really have upgraded that aspect of it. For the vocals and, the comedy stuff, I probably would need to listen to them a few more times, mostly because I've listened to their other songs so many times that I know them and whatever, and this stuff is still new to me. But Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can do an album review or some shit at some point.
I'll definitely be giving it a listen. Their most recent album prior to this one, their third one, Completing the Triforce, I wasn't as big of a fan of that one. It was substantially weaker than their previous two albums. So...
Really?
Yeah.
I like a lot of the ones from that one.
There are only like a couple of ones from that I was really into. Like, I don't know, fucking... The... Tetris song I was a big fan of. I enjoyed that one. But outside of that, it was like their Kingdom Hearts song was disappointing. Yeah, that's like the only song I remember enjoying. Oh, A Boy in His Boat I thought was decent. And then I think Hardest Game in the World might have been fine, but yeah. Other than that, wasn't a huge fan of that album.
What about Blowing the Payload, their Overwatch
Hey,
one?
Nah.
You didn't like that one? Interesting.
I mean, the thing with me is Nico introduced me to Starbomb. I didn't know that they were officialized and had albums. I just figured they posted funny songs on YouTube just for YouTube content. So the fact that I guess I now know that they're an actual official band and in fact have albums changes my perspective, and maybe I'll have to find more songs because I have very particular favorites, and by particular favorites I mean I think I only listen to like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, look, just quickly scrolling through all the albums, I'd say they're all probably roughly even to me in terms of like there are this many that I really enjoy, this many that I kind of enjoy, this many I don't like, etc., etc.
Would you say you're a big fan of the song where they gangbang Kirby?
The fuck?
That is a funny one.
Guys, do you think I'd like Starbomb? I've literally never heard of them.
Do you... do you generally like comedy music?
No.
Then no.
Back in the day, yes. Nowadays, no.
Yeah, it's all just, funny, often, what's the fucking
Vulgar.
word? Risque?
Crass.
Yeah, vulgar, crass, video game stuff. And sometimes not video games for
Is
some
this some,
reason.
like, YouTuber band?
Yeah, it's Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the two Game Grumps guys plus Ninja Brian.
Yeah.
Maybe I have heard of them, actually, perchance.
Yeah, I'd
chance.
say like the thing with me, I only really like I can't remember the names. This is the Legend of Zelda ones, and then also the fucking Mario Party, not Mario Smash Bros. Whatever, just stuff shit like that. Very basic when it comes to Starbomb. So if you guys have any like recommendations, plus it would only make sense to listen to songs of games I actually know about. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't get it.
I get for you, yes.
Well, because it's like, they're trying to make funny songs about games, and it's like, if I don't know the game, then it's not going to make any sense to me.
I feel like if it's a good song with solid jokes in it, you'll still be able to laugh at it despite not knowing the references.
I suppose.
Yeah. And also, I was just saying that because, like, for me, I haven't played well, I don't know about the majority, but, a great number of the games that they make parodies of, but I still know enough about all those games to get all the jokes.
That's fair, dude. I like the simple games. I don't know if that's the title of the song.
The simple plot of Final Fantasy and Metal Gear.
And, they would...
But then Kingdom Hearts, they fucking fumbled it with that one. Holy shit.
How'd they fumble that one?
It's been years since I listened to the song. I can't tell you at this point. I just remember not liking it.
It was okay.
And then they did on this one they did another one, the simple plot of
Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill. Yeah.
Reincarnation and shit. The simplest form of storytelling.
Oh yeah. Speaking of simple storytelling, I'm ready for us to enjoy some rather simplistic storytelling over on Guapish at the Movies.
Guapish at the Movies?
Jackson, what did we watch this week?
Of course, as the boys just alluded to, we watched the 2014 film Our RoboCop Remake, which was a patron request by Mr. T. Thank you for the request. Tanner, do you want to give the honors of giving us the synopsis of this film?
Dude, sure. Do you guys remember RoboCop?
Yeah, I remember RoboCop.
It's the same plot, except
worse.
It's
Worse.
they divide it up between a bunch of different filmmakers and give them all a chance to do their own take on the different scenes and whatever.
To really strut their stuff.
Oh yeah. Fun fact. most of the filmmakers had worked on another movie together called Our Footloose remake.
Looks like we gotta watch that one next. Mr. PT, you know who you are. You gotta request it.
Okay, guys, I think I speak for all of us when I say, Tanner, fuck you. This shit was bullshit. It was barely even qualifies as a film. I hesitate to call it one. Die.
I disagree.
I slightly disagree. Jackson, please tell us how you agree with Nico.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I mean,
do you think this one, like, do you think it makes sense that we watch it and are reviewing it, I suppose?
I think this is the least movie we've seen so far.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Even out of fucking Who Killed Captain Alex?
Yeah. Because that was like a full-fledged like original story they were trying to do. This is just a bunch of comedy skits trying to go along with the plot of some movie. So like there is a through line keeping it together, but a lot of it is very not part of that through line. They just go into fucking total non sequiturs a lot with like inside bits and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like I'd say sure. I think it's close enough, but I'm still. I don't like the movie. Let me fucking get that across here too. I'm not a fan of it, but I could understand why it passes.
Well, there you go, Nico. 3 versus 1. This one is kind of weird for me to review, just because like I feel the way that I evaluate it is I like
You look and go, oh, that was funny.
No, I don't look, like, instead of looking at the whole thing and how it all works together, I feel like I look at each scene individually, say, oh, how, like, well-made or entertaining was that scene, and then kind of average them all out across each other.
That's literally what I fucking told you how you should rank this movie.
There you go. And, it vacillates wildly. Like, the absolute worst versions of scenes is where it is just beat for beat exactly the same as the original, but like with bad costumes and like fart jokes or whatever. Then you have like, instead of being beat for beat, they actually change up the dialogue and throw some okay jokes in it. Then you got like stuff that took some effort to do, you know? Like I think of like, I don't know, like the Muppet scene or whatever. It's still 1 for 1, but like they actually had to do something. Then you got, like, things that took, like, a high amount of effort, like
where they did an interpretive dance.
Yeah, the interpretive dance, stuff like that. And then, at the very top, you have the rapist scene, which is the greatest thing ever put to cinema.
Would you like to elaborate slightly upon that?
What do you
Sounds a little sketch when you word it like that.
We've all seen Irreversible. We know what he's talking about.
I mean, yeah, you know, listen, I got to clown on you guys for shitting on Star Wars last week, so this week is your turn to clown on me for loving this fucking movie.
In clown we shall. This movie fucking sucks. As I said before, I barely can consider it a film whatsoever. Most of it is just incredibly unfunny skits with the occasional good one sprinkled in there in between, or somewhere it's like, oh, that was a very creative decision that they decided to go with it. Like the aforementioned, like, interpretive dance, or like...
What ones would you say you did, like, actually like?
So there's the interpretive dance one that I liked. There was another sort of, like, dance one later in the film. I don't remember what exactly.
When he's shooting the baby food jars?
Yeah. That's the one. I like that one too. There was the one where it was like they just fucking took like the scene of the movie where the guys like get the big gun and they're gonna just like go kind of crazy on the street, but then they like keep layering other scenes over it,
Yeah.
which I thought was fun. And that was it for the most part, I would say, for me.
Well, what about the rapist scene? Come on.
It's fine.
Oh my gosh. What about the doll scene?
Which one was that? Like the Playmobil one?
The one at the ending where, the car goes in the pit and they're singing and they're dolls.
Oh, that was okay.
What about the, what I'm gonna dub the YouTube poop scene? Where the guy gets melted by the acid and then fucking it starts going crazy.
That was also fine.
Okay. What about the scene where the lawyer interrupts the scene to hand us, the audience, a cease and desist letter?
Again, that was an okay scene. Most of these scenes were okay to terrible. Generally, it leaned into the terrible, and I didn't think they were funny at all. It was a lot of just like, they were just trying to do the scene, but they're like, we only have like 30 seconds to make this scene memorable. What do we do when there's nothing that really happens in it? Ooh, let's have RoboCop walk weird. Wouldn't that be silly?
Let's have him fart.
Yeah, it was just shit like that.
Very true, I agree.
Yeah, I don't really have a ton to say about this movie. Per usual with our comedy reviews, it really is just, haha, that scene was funny, haha, except this time the scenes are all like, and they're not non sequiturs, but they're non sequiturs, you know what I mean? They're all their own segregated thing. I don't think this works as an actual movie. I think it's like a funny art project, I guess. Again, there's a through line, so I guess it works as a movie maybe, but this would be probably like total dog shit if you haven't seen anything about RoboCop. And I've seen RoboCop, and I still thought it was kind of total dog shit. There are definitely some scenes that were funny, but yeah, most of them are very unfunny. It dragged on for a while. Yeah, not a fan of this one.
Yeah, I guess, like, let's look at this as, like, what if, like, RoboCop was not a thing, and we were instead, like, looking at a film that was just, like, it was, like, some plot, but, like, it had a bunch of different, like, directors or whatever, like, come together to try and stitch something together. Like, how would you fucking evaluate something like that?
I don't know. I will say, I don't actually find this funny at all, because I don't really care that much about RoboCop as a franchise, but they're definitely leaning into a lot of, like, the RoboCop bits, so I'm sure if you like RoboCop and you're into that thing, that would add a lot of comedy value to you. Like, fucking Tanner, I'm sure, has a lot of plus points towards the movie because he's into that, and he caught a lot more references they're doing than I was. Like, I heard him say, I'd buy that for $1 all the fucking time. But I'm sure there's a lot more going on than just some of those.
Yeah, that life in the big city, they say a couple times. Stuff like that.
By the way, guys, I would like to just say I'm really proud of us. After Jackson said "into that thing," none of us made a Hawk Tuah joke. I think that we're much better than any other sort of like group of white boys who would come together and would obviously try and make some sort of a Hawk Tuah joke out of that. I just we're so much better. I feel like
you drawing attention to it completely like undermines the fact we didn't.
That's
do
that. The joke.
God.
I A, wasn't paying attention, and B, am not degenerative enough to do that, and C, would not have thought of that, so...
Dylan has muscular tissue.
Yeah, what do you fucking mean degenerative enough?
The fact that we are degenerate.
That's not how you use that word, though.
I use the English language how I please, get over it.
For sure, dude, your brain's degenerative.
I didn't say my... You know what, whatever. I didn't...
Well, Dylan, what were your thoughts?
What thoughts are there to be had, dude? I can't elaborate on a movie that we've already watched.
Did you think some of it was funny?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was insanely hilarious how more effort and what seemed... I can't even say budget, because this was clearly different. I can't say that sentence that way. This was obviously made by multiple different groups of people. I just still thought it was absolutely insane how much more effort went into making the fucking dick shooting scene. That shit was funny. I was like, I think it's funny that as low production, like the rest of this movie is, that one scene is the highest quality out of all of it. It's not even particularly the easiest to watch.
I think it's very easy to watch. I could watch that shit. That will never not make me laugh. It is impossible.
Oh, you were cackling. You were dying at that scene.
Dude. Every time I watch that scene. And it always hits at the same moment. When I start going into my hard cackle, it always hits when it goes to, like, the side close-up of him with the gun, and he does the 3-round burst for the first time. The second I see that, I start dying of laughter. Just because... I think it's just because, like, that is such an escalation of force. Like, just in that single moment. And also, you know, guns are funny, as I've said many times.
Of course.
You know what scene's funny? When Tanner shows it to us, like, probably 2 years before we watch the fucking movie.
Yeah, completely out of context.
Well, boys, I think that we can rank this movie. Tanner, what did you rank it so we can start off high?
I don't like where this is
Now
going.
listen, guys.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't.
Listen, I recognize that I'm wrong. Blah, 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 blah. I love this movie. I'm very biased. This movie is on par with the actual
There's no
RoboCop to
fucking
me,
way.
so I am putting it at an S-.
Insane. In the membrane. I'm giving a fucking D. Dylan, how about you?
Hey, that's my name. Yeah, I mean, I don't recognize this as good as, RoboCop. I do like to recognize a passion project, I guess. I'm not taking this movie seriously in any regard, so I can appreciate it for something people wanted to come together and, just make. So just for that alone, I gave it a B-.
And personally, I gave this shit a D-. The only reason this isn't an F-tier film for me is just because I kind of respect what they're doing and I like the idea. I think the execution did not work out properly at all. There are some funny scenes, but yeah, this is a rough one. And it lands, of course, at a C+ overall.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's so high.
Oh yeah.
Not really.
Dude, the rapist scene alone means it can't be below C tier. Come on.
I did actually have a question about like the budget split and profits of this movie. I'm curious how that works. Was this all like
I imagine there were no profits. I don't think they sold this. I don't think they legally could sell this in any capacity.
Yeah, probably not.
Dude, it's transformative. It's parody.
Some of the scenes definitely seem like they took a probably decent budget just for like hiring actors and like setting up some scenes and shit. So like it's just crazy for me to think that people would just like dump probably like tens of thousands of dollars, probably like over $100,000 total into.
I think it was truly just
a passion project.
You know, a passion project.
It's still,
and a lot of these people are like established, like independent film people.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is it could literally be like, hey, we're looking for people. If you like RoboCop, we're not gonna make money off of this, but if you'd like to be in like some group, like project, passion project, go ahead and hop on over here is probably, I imagine, how they pitched it.
It's cool seeing some Wise Kids You Know people in there too, especially the one that died. Love that guy.
Yeah.
One that died, what?
Yeah, he took too much PCP, a gallon of it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like too much.
I didn't even know it came in liquid form. Anyway.
I don't know what PCP is.
Jackson, what else did we watch?
Speaking of C+ movies, Dylan's pick of the week, that
Hey!
being the 1981 film Raiders of the Lost Ark. Dylan, tell us about it.
Raiders of the Lost Ark is our introduction to the Indiana Jones franchise, where we follow Indiana trying to get treasure, and this bad guy shows up, takes it, and then they're going after the Covenant of the Lost Ark, and then hijinks ensue. Indiana finds out, hey, they're digging in the wrong spot, so they go and find it, they dig it out, they're about to steal it again, they steal it back, and then the thing kills all the Nazis or something, and then America puts it in Area 51.
Fun fact, during filming, the entire crew got food poisoning, except for director Steven Spielberg, who ate nothing but SpaghettiOs he brought with him.
That's silly.
Why do you do that?
He likes SpaghettiOs.
He loves SpaghettiOs, I guess. I don't know. Jackson, I imagine, since you've had the least exposure to the Indiana Jones franchise, what did you think of this film?
Dude, he played Lego Indiana Jones. He's probably the most exposed to this franchise out of any of us.
Yeah, let me give you a reenactment of me and Nico watching this Indiana Jones movie. Oh, I know that scene. It's from Lego Indiana Jones. 10 minutes later. Oh, I know that scene. It's from Lego Indiana Jones. 10 minutes later. Oh, I know that scene. It's from Lego Indiana Jones. Ad nauseum repeatus.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Indiana Jones except for what I saw in the 2 Lego Indiana Jones games and what I retained playing them as a child. It's fun. I think it's a fun, silly little time. I think Indy is a fun character. I think he's a silly guy. It definitely feels relatively grounded. There's some sci-fi shit going on at the end, but and the special effects are not great nowadays. But I think it's a fun film. I think it's a fun little adventure film. Honestly, it's one of my the better ones we've seen, I would say. I think it's better than Star Wars, personally.
Oh.
Tanner, do you agree with that?
I disagree. I don't think it's better than Star Wars. And interesting point of disagreement. I found Indy's character in this one something about it didn't really click with me. He didn't feel very defined to me. Especially because, like, There were a lot of really weird line deliveries from him in this movie. Like, in the bar scene where he's getting in that fight and he says to Marion, he's like, "Can I get a whiskey?" And he says it like that or something. I'm like, what the fuck? Literally, I didn't realize it was him because he said it so fucking weird. And I feel like they don't really pick a direction of what this character is supposed to be in this movie. I don't know. I assume they do develop it later in the movies, but like, is he supposed to be a womanizer? It seems no, but also like his backstory suggests yes, but he doesn't really act like one. Is he supposed to be like a actual archaeology nerd, or is that a disguise? And it's like, it's inconsistent on how smart he is and how good he actually is at archaeology. One thing I wish they did is, well, I wish he was more of a scoundrel. Because I feel like there was a line from, like, the professor guy that he's with that kind of hinted at how they were aware of, like, oh, it's like a controversial thing that, like, white people are going into these other cultures and, like, stealing their artifacts. But then that's not really a thing. Like, I kind of wish they leaned into that more, and Indy was just kind of like, oh, fuck you, you know? If I'm the one who gets to break into this place and risk my life, yeah, I'm gonna fucking take your shit, whatever, I don't care. But I feel like they didn't really pick a lane for Indy's character and stick with it.
I mean, I disagree. He seemed pretty, like, cemented for the most part, I would say. Like, he did seem to have some rather infectious charisma, one might say. Mm-hmm. Like, on the point of it, he used to be he seems like he's a woman. Maybe he used to be one, but you know, now he's much more grounded. He's a professor. He's much more real, down to the earth. And as far as like his smarts go, I feel like he seemed to be rather knowledgeable about all this shit. Like his quick thinking for like figuring out, oh, I see that the snakes are coming through those holes. I'm gonna fucking knock this thing down and get a big old hole for us to crawl through. Stuff like that. I feel like he seems rather smart. Do you really have an instance where he seemed to like not really know his shit at all?
A specific instance, I guess. I guess it's not so much like in those fast-paced moments where he needs to do action. Yes, he comes across quite clever. In a lot of the slower moments, especially, I guess, specifically with his interactions with Marion, he seems kind of clueless on like what to say to her or how to interact with her, like interpersonally, not necessarily in like the action. Like
that could also just be because he like has a history with her. Kind of like it sounds like he kind of just fucking abandoned her, and maybe he feels bad about that. He's got some hang-ups, and it's just kind of awkward between them because of that.
Yeah, he's also a pedophile.
Dude, this was back in the 40s. It's chill.
It's back in the 20s even.
Holy shit!
I thought it was the 30s.
Dude, who knows when this movie was set?
Yeah.
I saw people say 20s.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like he balanced the rugged adventure and intellectual archaeologist thing rather well.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it has to be 30s because World War II hasn't started, but Nazis exist.
Yeah, I was gonna say I looked it up and it says 1936.
There we go.
Okay.
It's just that easy.
Let's go.
The invasion of Poland has already started.
I guess so, dude. I don't know.
And he's doing nothing to help them?
He's discovering the Covenant of the Lost Ark, dude.
Is that what the next films are about? It's about him like stopping World War II?
No, I think he actually explicitly doesn't get involved.
Okay.
Despite the fact that he does fight Nazis in these movies.
Yeah.
And speaking of fighting Nazis, I feel like the action in this film is also really good. All the action sequences from like, you know, the iconic initial like temple escape, that was really awesome. Like the scene where he's fighting all the Cairo dudes throughout like Egypt or whatever the fuck. When he fucking shoots that guy with the big old sword, that was fantastic.
My favorite
the
scene.
Truck scene, holy shit, the truck scene, guys, that was cool as hell. He uses his ingenuity. He uses the whip to like, you know, slide himself across the ground to like climb up into the truck. That was sweet as hell.
I agree with most of that. I think some of the hand-to-hand combat looked pretty stilted, especially the bar scene. There's like a specific part in the bar scene where they drop all of the backing music, and then it is like pretty awkward and slow fighting. And I'm like, eh. But yeah, the truck scene, very good. A lot of the like escape and ruin scenes is pretty good. But yeah, I felt like some of the hand-to-hand combat, I was like, you can tell this is an older movie where they didn't have the build-up of, like, fight choreographers and stuff like that yet, you know? I find it funny that he kind of gets sidelined for the last, like, 15 minutes of the film and literally does nothing.
What do you mean? He shows up and points a RPG at the Ark, and he says he's gonna blow it up.
And then he realizes he's not going to do that, and they just tie him up, and then we just watch shit happen, and he doesn't have any impact on it.
It's in God's hands now.
Yeah. Not a complaint, I just think that's a funny aspect of the story.
One thing that I didn't realize about this, I've only seen it like one time, but I didn't realize that like the main theme is like a motif throughout the entire thing. Like, they are constantly reusing it as, like, oh, it's, like, you know, much lower. Like, they're drawing, like, notes out to, like, make it a much more subtle thing here. To make it, ooh, it's, like, a little more spooky. What's going on here? Sort of thing. Which I thought was pretty neat.
Nico,
yeah.
I'm gonna open the floor to you for a minute or two here. What do you think of main girl?
I think she's cute.
This guy is fucking unpredictable. She seems like such your type that you would start telling us she's the hottest woman alive.
No, definitely not. But she's cute.
Maybe this guy's gay. Do you think that guy's...
Dude, I was way more into the girl from Romae Thermae.
Okay.
Don't, what'd you think of the film? You haven't said anything about it yet.
I kind of just sit here and listen. I don't really have anything of value to add at this point, so...
Surely you have something to add, though.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked the movie. You guys just get so into the weeds, and I'm not that way about movies, so I can't possibly say anything about this movie that hasn't already been said.
How do you feel about being scared of snakes, Dylan?
Snakes are pretty alright. I think you should be scared of the snakes that can kill you.
Interesting.
Oh, also, I like The Mummy more than this one.
Really?
That's a...
Pretty definitively as well.
This is honestly an absolutely shocking take from you. I was fully because like it's a classic film, I was fully expecting you to put it somewhere in the S tiers.
Dude, I don't even do that often.
Well, boys, are we ready to rank this one?
I guess so.
I guess so.
Alright, Tanner, how about now? Dylan, Jackson, me? Huh, who should kick it off? That's tough to say.
Kermit the Frog here.
Dude, I'll kick it off. Why not? Whoa. I enjoyed this movie a decent bit. I'll give it an A-.
Whoa.
I also gave it an A-.
Whoa.
Dude, I also gave it an A-.
Whoa.
I didn't give it an A-.
Dylan.
I gave it an A+.
Yeah, I didn't really say any, we didn't really talk about negatives a bunch. I am not super sold on the pacing of this movie. It definitely felt like we were wrapping things up before they went into, the second act of their boat being stormed. It definitely started feeling like it slowed down a decent amount there. Some of the action, like Tanner said, definitely felt a little stilted. I think that is just some fucking 80s hand-to-hand combat scenes that just haven't really figured out fight choreography then, because it did feel pretty awkward and slow. A lot of it was just he throws a fucking punch and that's it, and it's not really that exciting. There was some fun stuff though, like him fucking shooting the guy with a whip. That scene's a romp.
Fun fact, do you know why that scene happened, Jackson?
No.
That was when he had food poisoning and he couldn't do he was supposed to use the whip to take the sword out of the guy's hand, and he kept failing at that because he was so sick, and so he just went, why don't I just shoot the guy? And then it became this fucking iconic moment.
I was about to say, it's a great moment dude.
It really speaks of his character. He's like, why the fuck would I engage with this guy when I have a gun? I can just shoot him.
Classic Jackson, by the way. When we say, okay, does anyone else have any thoughts on this film? He just stays silent as no one says anything for several seconds. And after we rank the film, he's like, you know what? I guess I do have things to say.
Don't even worry about it, dude.
I just like doing that because I know I won't get fucking interrupted during my little spiel.
True.
We normally don't interrupt you.
I get interrupted all the fucking time when I'm trying to give my spiel. What are you talking about? That's why I do this. You've trained me to be this way.
Everyone gets interrupted all the time, dude.
Anyways, it landed at an A.
That's honestly really shocking. I was expecting this to be I feel like this is a potential first S-tier film for Dylan, but damn. I guess Tanner and Dylan just didn't enjoy it quite as much as I expected them to.
Damn, I guess I fucked myself. I'm not even, don't even put that idea in my head. I don't want to go into my movie pickings and then intentionally try to get up ranking on them. I wanna get it naturally,
Yeah.
regardless.
Do it anyway.
You should send us your list, and we can see if there are any like actual movies that might land that high.
I don't, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think you'll recognize half the movies on my list, and I'm only confident
because
in saying
if we don't recognize them, they're probably not going to land at fucking S rank. So,
you don't know that. There could be a movie you don't know about that's fantastic.
It's gonna be a good burger.
I don't know what that is.
Damn.
Anyway, what's our next movie?
Yeah, that's our last movie.
My pick of the week was, of course, the 2012 film Thermae, Romae, which is about Lucius, I think is what his fucking name is. Honestly, I forgot.
Lucius Modestus.
Yeah, he's some dude that makes thermaes for the Roman Empire directly through orders from the Roman Emperor himself. And he keeps going back and forth between like modern day Japan and Rome and taking their ideas for bathhouses and implementing it in their own. And then like halfway through the movie, it turns into like a drama of sorts about the Roman Empire losing to some fucking barbarians. So they start making like a spa area for the soldiers to rest at so they can save the Roman Empire. It's a very strange movie.
Fun fact, many of the Rome sets were left over from a TV show called Rome.
Oh, okay. That would explain why they looked so good. Yeah, one of my positives for this film was going to be the set design, which I thought was pretty solid generally.
And unfortunately now it's no longer a positive because it was ripped off.
Yeah, it sucks now, I guess.
Unfortunate, dude. What a...
I really enjoyed this film's premise. I thought it was pretty solid, It's rather unique, one might say. Especially, it's fucking ripped from, like, a light novel, probably, I'm assuming. It's some anime bullshit that's from. Which, that makes sense why it would be so unique, then. It's very odd, though, having, like, all these Japanese people play Romans. When you see, like, the Emperor be, like, the most Japanese man you've ever seen.
That shit's funny, dude.
It's pretty silly. But, yeah, just, like, the gag of him, like, going to Japan, modern-day Japan, and, like, coming back to Rome, be like, I can figure out how to use those things here in Rome. And it's like, oh, look at him. He figured out how to, like, make bubbles in a bath by using slaves. Isn't that silly?
Yeah.
Like, as much as I enjoyed those parts, it did make me wonder where the film was gonna go. Because, well, surely it can't just be this the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
And eventually we do see where it goes, and I didn't really care that much about that. I was downright baffled when they got, like, all those elderly Asian dudes to, like, ancient Rome to just, like, be totally chill with being slaves as they, like, build all this shit for them.
I watched this with Blake, and yeah, it's very hard to keep track of how far into the movie you are.
Yeah.
And so, like, we got around to the part where, like, he builds the Emperor's, like, personal spa, and I'm just like, are we close to the end now? Is this gonna be the ending here?
What's even the end goal exactly?
Exactly. I think that's exactly what Blake said to me. He said, yeah, like, what is the end goal here?
I'm glad we all ended up having the same train of thought. I also was thinking at one point, surely this doesn't just turn into him just making discoveries in the future to bring them back to the past. And I was like, maybe it'll turn into some kind of time paradox thing, and, like, he'll end up bringing something back that he shouldn't have or something. It was really hard to pin down where I thought the movie was going to go. I think the idea of having a love interest is kind of whatever. I thought it was very strange for a movie like this.
Dude, I wish they fucked.
Yeah, honestly, I really wish that they went harder into the whole love interest thing. Like, when it was, like, that scene where it's, like, pouring rain, and she was, like, standing there, like, talking about, oh, we need to do all this shit, and he's just staring her down. There's no fucking way he doesn't just, like, stick his tongue down her throat right now.
Jesus.
That's a very...
I watched it too.
Yeah, we were all thinking it too, man.
I mean, I wasn't, but...
Yeah, keep lying to us, buddy. Keep lying.
I don't have to lie if I'm telling the truth.
Says the liar. Anyways, yeah, this movie is very weirdly structured. I'm with you guys. It definitely felt like... I think I literally said while I was watching the movie, like, where the fuck is this going? Like, what's the point of all of this? Obviously, there was supposed to be some sort of through line because they kept referencing the girl in various situations because he and her were inexplicably tied.
Yeah.
I don't really care that much that they didn't go into the romance aspect of it. I don't think it really hampered the movie or anything. I do think it's interesting that they took her back with the explanation of, like, oh yeah, you cry and that's how you leave. because, like, as Nico said after we finished the movie, that doesn't really just seem to be the case of why he left. like when he was fucking chasing after the banana, you tell me he, like, broke into tears trying to get the banana in, like, the waterfall thing? I doubt it. So it's a weird way. I guess maybe you can infer that there's other ways of going back other than crying, or maybe, I don't know, maybe she just accomplished her goal and that's why she started disappearing. And that was just, like, his interpretation of why they go back. He doesn't actually know.
Yeah, like, when they initially explained that, I was like, oh, that's kind of neat, actually. I didn't notice that, but yeah, I guess there is a correlation. But then I thought about it an extra second. Hang on a second, that's not fucking true. Why are they lying?
We have immediate evidence of this being disproved.
Yeah. It mostly just seemed anytime he goes underwater, like in any context.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
I would have accepted that. That makes way more sense.
And in fairness with my interpretation, you could still infer that maybe he doesn't actually truly understand why they go back and forth. It's just like him assuming. But it is like a movie thing. It's kind of weird to, like, lie to the audience about an interpretation because it's not super clear. And it does make you think, like, is that actually going on? Is that a negative? I don't fucking know. But yeah, this movie is super goofy. The actual idea of these Japanese people being sent back to ancient Rome and is helping them do hard labor for probably months to years, helping the fucking Romans fight these barbarians and letting them just, like, rest there is dumb as fuck. I mean, it's funny, but it's dumb as fuck. Like, they're just so chill with it the entire time. The girl especially gets sent back in ancient Rome, and she's just fucking vibing. She's just immediately like, we have to save Rome, we can't let all this shit happen, I read some fucking history books, this can't go down this way, instead of like, oh my fucking god, what the fuck, I need to get back, this is insane, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god, what is that smell?
I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I know, there's human feces everywhere, it smells like shit.
Huh.
Actually insane. They're just, like, profoundly chill. There's a massive amount of suspension of disbelief that needs to take place to watch this movie and have fun with it. And granted, I did have fun with this movie. I think it's a romp.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very stupid and it leans into it.
Yeah, overall, I guess it's a pretty quirky comedy, you know? A fun little time.
I like how loose they are with the time periods. Very fun.
Right, Dylan, as a Roman history buff, were you just fucking fuming at all the inaccuracies?
If I say yes, will that get me out of this situation faster?
Yes.
Then yes.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Well, boys, do we have anything else to say about this one?
No.
Jackson does after we're done ranking it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't. And I'll even kick out the rankings with a solid B-.
That's solid. I'll follow you up with a second B-.
Dude, I actually gave this one an A-.
Whoa.
I am kind of torn between two rankings. Let's, I think I will second Tanner and say A-.
Okay.
I'm shocked we got 2 A's on this one. I did not expect that at all.
I thought it was better than Cleopatra.
Dude, Tanner loves ancient Rome. You should have taken that into account.
Oh, yeah.
He also loves that hot Asian chick. Holy cannoli. Anyways, guess what, boys? We've got another one to the B+ pile. Let's fucking go.
Damn.
Just as God intended.
I guess so, dude. Is that our biggest category?
By far, yes.
Yeah, I know it's like B+ and A- are both really popular tiers. I don't know exactly which one. I'm just assuming B+ is still the most popular.
Too many, quite frankly. And we're going to be adding some more to the pile with next week's
Hold
picks.
on
Tanner,
a
what are you
second there,
picking?
Nico. You wait just a minute, bucko.
What?
It's time for my review of Look Back.
Oh, yippee!
Holy
You watched
shit,
it.
you watched it?
I mean, it's less than an hour long. It's not like it was hard.
No friggin' way. Dude, what'd you think?
Yeah, so I thought it was a very interesting movie. I wasn't sure how I felt about the animation style at first, so it grew on me a little bit as time went on. I liked the concept of, well, and I thought they were gonna go with some stereotypical, like, this fourth grader. I figured, like, our main character was gonna be, like, some, like, B plot person, but she ended up being part of the main plot, and I thought she was gonna be, like, some stuck-up brat that, ends up getting the short end of the stick, but I like how they show her character progression, which eventually leads into a blossoming friendship with the person that she's trying to outperform. And, just, time passes, plot progresses, they end up becoming a huge success and all that kinds of stuff, and I thought that was really cool. And then they kind of go into this concept of, like, oh, what would have happened if these scenarios hadn't happened? And then I thought they were going to do some, like, space and time bullshit, because of, like, that one part where she, like, ripped up the thing and it went under the door, and then, like, the other comic strip came back out. But I like how it was just kind of just a play on scenario where it's that strip could have just been left there from when she was like working before. The only, like, I guess downside, at least to me, about this movie is, as short as it was, the last like bit of the movie felt like unnecessary replay where we weren't exploring really any new concepts. It was kind of just flashing back over the entire movie. There was, like I said, there was the concept of, like, what if they never met, but they met after the whole school murder part. And then I guess it left me, like, to ponder, like, would it have been better for them to become friends after all is said and done instead of before? So I thought it is at least nice that it was thought-provoking in that sense. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of pointless for them to be like, oh, look at all these memories that we've already experienced, and we're just trying to make you feel emotions just because.
Yeah, they're trying to put you in the shoes of the protagonist in that moment, I imagine, where she's sitting there looking at that and she's just remembering all of the time she had with her dead friend who got fucking murdered.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that was bad. Like I said, the animation style grew on me. I like the character and the plot progression. I like how things ended. I like, the way they were drawing connections in the movie. What's funny is that this movie started in English, and I very intentionally made the decision to go and make sure I put it in Japanese with English subs, so there you go, Jackson, I remembered for you, dude.
Dude, what's crazy is I literally thought I manually changed it to be in Japanese. I assumed that was like an account-wide thing, but I guess it only affects me. Oops.
Yeah, I would imagine it's client-side, and by client-side I mean per account.
Right, that's why I tried to make it like a library setting, but oh well, I guess I don't have the power. So sad.
Don't worry about it, dude. I remembered. Anyway, I don't really think there's much more for me to go on about this. Yeah, I thought it was pretty solid. I gave Look Back an A-.
Holy shit.
I have no clue what you guys said about the movie or what you ranked it. When that episode of the podcast came out, I kind of skipped over that entire part.
Yeah, the overall rank has not changed. It's still an A-.
Oh, look at that. Holy shit. Tanner thought it was a B+. Fuck you, Tanner.
Base Tanner hate?
I'm off by 1.
I know, I'm just kidding, man. I just thought it'd be funny. Anyway, we can move on now.
We'll be moving on to the movies that we're gonna be picking next week. Tanner, what are you picking?
Dude, I've got a great pick this week. We are going to be watching the 1999 film, The Adventures of Elmo in Grouchland.
Fuck, dude, what the...
I see.
God damn it. Please tell me this is a short one.
It's an hour 13.
Okay.
We haven't watched all that many tiny children movies, so...
I think we only have... Well, I guess it depends.
We've watched Paw Patrol and the VeggieTales movie.
I don't think Puss in Boots counts.
No, absolutely not. Don't you dare besmirch Puss and
We watched Dougal, guys. Let's not forget
Coraline?
Dougal.
Oh yeah, we watched Dougal.
Coraline
Fantastic
does not
Mr.
count.
Fox?
Though neither of those count.
I'll find one. You guys keep going. I almost said Unicorn Wars.
Okay. Good lord. As for my pick, speaking of wars, I'm going to be picking Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Ooh. Live, Die, Repeat?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is that the movie where the fucking guy, as Tanner alludes to with that statement, just like keeps dying and repeating and just trying to like solve a scenario?
It's
which is,
basically
like...
Groundhog Day with guns.
Yeah, I feel like I remember seeing commercials of that, and I always wanted to watch that, so it's actually a goated pick. I legitimately didn't know what the movie was called, though, so that's why it's not on my list, because I didn't know what the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
Isn't this one also a manga adaptation?
Yes. Yeah, it's based off of a manga called Live, Die, Repeat.
There you go.
Cool.
As for our Patreon pick, though, what are we getting there?
Yes, of course, the fantastic Patreon pick this week is the 2003 film Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, as requested by Steve Harvey's Ghost. Thank you.
Based? I'm gonna be so horny when we watch that movie,
What?
dude.
Holy shit. Dude, I feel ya.
What?
It's entirely unrelated to the film. It's a complete non sequitur.
That makes it more concerning, I think. Anyway.
And it's so concerning that you're gonna read off the Patreon.
Oh,
now.
holy smokes.
Dylan, tell the fine people at home how they too can pick a movie that will make us horny.
Alright, all you people who are subscribed to our Patreon, you ignore this. This is for you new listeners, right? Listen, for $1 a month, you get access to our pre-guap, the show that happens before the show. We talk about some pretty cool stuff in there. Today's was extra spicy, if you ask me. You also get early access to the episodes when they go up. Who knows when that is? You know, maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. Next, you get access to our Discord where you can talk to Tanner about politics since he loves doing that so much. You can request topics that we may or may not talk about, and you get to request movies just like Steve Harvey's Ghosted. And then you also get 500 slime coins for the bot that Jackson made, and to top it all off, you get your name read out at the end of every episode, just like... What's this guy doing? You're fumbling me here. GH, Slayed by J, Blake, Netagant, Dumb Gay Retard, Top Ramen Man, Guapish, more like... what is that? Dog Piss? I'm gonna need you to change that, Patreon member. That is very disrespectful of you. Tutbot, Lucas Ledette, Hunter, and Jacob Edwards. Thank you all so much for subscribing.
That's right. Thank you very much, everybody. And as always, remember ringing that bell. Like, comment, subscribing. We'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.